Could you have a bile deficiency? Discover the 12 strange signs. Your body creates a special liquid called bile, a teamwork effort by your liver and gallbladder. When you eat fatty foods, this bile is released into your gut to help break down and digest what you've eaten. It's like your digestive superhero, aiding in absorbing important nutrients and getting rid of toxins. Sadly, many folks suffer from low bile levels, and this could up your chances of developing gallstones. In this video, we'll dive into the top 12 signs and symptoms that might indicate a bile deficiency. We'll also explore why this happens and how you can tackle the issue using natural remedies. Just a friendly heads up, this video is all about sharing information, not giving medical advice. If you have any health concerns, make sure to have a chat with your doctor. Stay tuned for some valuable insights. The first clue that you might be low on bile: frequent constipation. Here's the deal: when you eat fat, it signals your gallbladder to release bile. This bile acts like a lubricant in your colon, making it easier to go to the bathroom. But if there is not enough bile, you might find yourself dealing with constipation, which can cause issues for your digestive system in the long run. Keep an eye out for these signals from your body. Spotting sign number 2. Right shoulder pain. If you're dealing with frequent pain or tightness in your right shoulder, neck, jaw, or just below the shoulder blade, it could be a sign of something called bile sludge. Imagine bile getting thicker and clogging up the little ducts connected to your liver and gallbladder. This can press on the phrenic nerve, running up your right side, and cause pain that gets felt in the muscles on the right side of your back and neck. Keep an eye on these signals from your body. Sign number 3. Feeling bloated after a fatty meal. Ever feel all puffed up and uncomfortable after a meal with some fat? Well, here's the deal. Your body uses bile to break down those fats into smaller bits for digestion. But if you're running low on bile, you might notice some serious bloating after any fatty feast. It's like a signal that your bile flow could use a boost, and don't worry, we'll get into how to do that a bit later. Sign number 4. Checking your toilet clues. Alright, let us talk about something you might notice when you visit the bathroom: greasy, pale, or floating stools. If you see your stool floating or it has a really light color, that is a classic sign of a bile deficiency. It basically means that your stool still has some undigested fats from your food, which the bile is supposed to break down. This can make the stool lighter in color, and sometimes it might even float instead of sinking. Now, let us chat about something called gallstones, which is our sign number 5. When your liver or gallbladder gets clogged up with fatty deposits, the bile in your body can get thicker. Also, if you're sticking to a low-fat diet, your bile might start thickening because it's not getting released as it should. Over time, this thickened bile can turn into gallstones, and that's when things can get a bit tricky. Gallstones may lead to feelings of nausea and vomiting after meals, and in some cases, it might even result in gallbladder removal surgery. Sign number 6. Feeling pain in your belly or ribs. When you've got this thing called bile sludge hanging out in your gallbladder, it's like a concentrated mix of cholesterol. This can spark pain on the right side of your belly or under one of your ribs on the right side. The pressure builds up in your gallbladder, irritating the cartilage of the ribs and causing some serious pain. Quick side note: if you spend a lot of time sitting at a desk, those little rib hinges in your back might start to feel a bit stuck, adding even more pressure to the right side. Now, let us dive into sign number 7. Dry eyes and skin. Here's the lowdown. Bile is a big deal because it helps our bodies soak up important nutrients like vitamin A and E from our food. Without enough bile, your body might struggle to absorb these nutrients, leading to dry, gritty eyes or parched skin. Sign number 8. When nighttime gets blurry. Now, the active form of vitamin A is called retinol, and you mainly get it from saturated fat and animal-based foods, not so much from carrots. Carrots have a precursor called beta-carotene, not the active stuff. Anyways, if you're low on bile, it can mess with your night vision, making light seem haloed or blurry, especially when you're driving. But don't worry, later on, we'll chat about ways to boost your bile flow, helping you absorb more retinol, which is vitamin A, and supporting those peepers of yours. Keep an eye on these signs. Now, on to sign number 9. Jaundice and bruising. Here is the scoop. If those tiny bile ducts get all clogged up with thickened bile or gallstones, your eyes might start turning yellow, or your skin might take on a yellowish hue. And if you're noticing that you bruise easily, it could be a sign of a vitamin K1 deficiency, possibly because you're not absorbing it properly, and that's where having the right level of bile comes into play. Let us dive into sign number 10. Skin rashes. Bile plays a crucial role in breaking down toxins in our body, turning them into harmless water-soluble bits. But if you're low on bile, those toxins might sneak into your skin, leading to an itchy, red rash on your upper chest, back, or abdomen. This often happens to folks on the ketogenic diet. But don't worry, you can tackle it by adding a supplement of bile salts along with some vitamin B2 from nutritional yeast. Keep an eye on these signals from your skin. Alright, let us talk about sign number 11. The pot-shaped belly. Did you know that about 1 in 3 people in the US deal with something called fatty liver disease? It happens when we munch on too many sugary foods, vegetable oils, and maybe a bit too much alcohol. This can lead to liver damage and inflammation, forming the distinctive pot-shaped belly. But here is the good news, you can turn things around. Taking bile as a supplement or boosting your own natural bile flow can help kick that excess fat out of your liver, helping to reverse the fatty liver condition. Let us talk about sign number 12. Weakened muscles. As we get older, our bodies can have a tough time holding onto proteins in our muscles and skin, which can make us slowly lose that muscle tone. One big reason behind this is a lack of bile. Without enough bile, you might struggle to absorb vitamins that support your muscles, and you'll miss out on absorbing the fats needed to build anti-aging hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, which are important for both women and men. Keep an eye on these signs, and let us keep those muscles strong and healthy. What causes a bile deficiency? Now, let us dig into what causes a bile deficiency. You've got a bit of know-how about bile and its signs of deficiency, so you might be wondering, why am I low on bile in the first place? Well, here is the scoop. 1. Low-fat diet. Not eating enough fat can cause your bile to thicken, turning into sludge, and eventually leading to hardened cholesterol stones. 2. Dehydration. Since over 95% of bile is made of water, not drinking enough water or consuming too much alcohol can reduce your bile flow. 3. Liver issues. Bile is originally made by your liver and stored in your gallbladder. If your liver is inflamed or fatty, it may struggle to make and release enough bile. 4. A gallbladder removal. If you've had your gallbladder removed, the bile, which was once stored and concentrated there, now drips directly from your liver, making it weaker. In this case, a supplement might be helpful. 5. Choline deficiency. Not getting enough choline, found in egg yolks, can also contribute to a bile deficiency. 6. Gut damage. Antibiotics or a diet heavy on junk food can cause a decrease in friendly bacteria in your gut, which are necessary for recycling bile. Keep an eye out for these factors, and let us work towards keeping your bile in good shape. How to boost your bile production. Alright, let us talk about ways to amp up your bile production if you suspect a deficiency. Here are some straightforward steps to enhance your diet and get that bile flowing. 1. Digestive enzyme supplement. Take a digestive enzyme supplement with ox bile or purified bile salts after each meal. This reintroduces bile into your system, helping break down fats and maintain a healthy gallbladder and liver. 2. Ginger and lemon power. Incorporate fresh ginger and raw lemon juice into your diet. Make ginger and lemon tea, add ginger to curries, or take them as supplements. Ginger boosts bile flow from your liver and gallbladder, aiding in digestion. However, avoid this if you have diarrhea, as it might worsen the situation. 3. Choose quality saturated fats. Opt for high-quality saturated fats from grass-fed meats, pasteurized eggs, and cheese from grass-fed cows. Eating organic vegetables also safeguards your liver from toxins found in pesticides on conventionally grown foods. 4. Bitter Veggie Boost. Load up on bitter vegetables like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, artichoke, dandelion, turmeric, and milk thistle. These veggies are known to enhance liver function and increase bile production. 5. Stay hydrated. Drink at least 1 liter of mineral water daily, preferably from a bottled source like volcanic water. This keeps your bile hydrated, making it easier to flow from the gallbladder or liver into the small intestine. 6. Fermented foods for gut health. Improve your gut and microbiome health by consuming fermented foods like sauerkraut, kefir, kimchi, and pickles. These foods promote friendly microbes in your intestines, aiding in bile recycling. Give these steps a try, and let us keep that bile in top-notch shape. Unlocking the power of bile. A quick recap. Let us wrap up our bile journey with a quick recap. Bile, crafted by your liver and stored in your gallbladder, is a super vital liquid in your body. When you're low on bile, it can mess with absorbing important fat-soluble nutrients like vitamins A, E, D, K, K2, and various phytonutrients. Not having enough bile can also lead to fat and toxins building up in your liver, causing long-term health issues and even constipation. But fear not. By tweaking your diet and boosting bile with natural remedies, you can be a liver superhero. Why is this important? Well, your liver is the superstar organ, pulling off more than 500 essential functions. Bile plays a key role in preventing the pesky formation of gallstones, bile sludge, and other digestive hiccups. Oh, and speaking of liver care, check out my video on the top foods to keep your fatty liver in check. Thanks for joining me on this bile adventure. Here's to your fantastic health, wealth, and happiness.